Hello everybody, I'm Keitu, a lead business consultant at BSG. Today I'm with Tharina, an associate partner within the digital advisory services capability in BSG. And Tharina and I have worked quite closely on projects around strategy to execution. And I mean, it's one thing to define strategy and it's another to actually execute on it. And that's the main reason we're here today, just to have a conversation around the BSG strategy to execution framework and how it actually bridges the gap between strategy formulation and strategy execution. So I've just been thinking and looking at the framework, which looks really powerful on paper, and it has made me wonder, what is it that we can look at or consider when we connect the actual components of the strategy to execution framework?
That's a good question. I mean, a framework is just a framework. It's a model of reality. The framework of itself doesn't give you the business results. So I think the best place to start is with what tangible value we're trying to create with the client, or where there's some blocker that we want to help them remove, or how we want to help them move more efficiently and smoothly around the strategy lifecycle. And that really happens by looking at the ways of work inside of each step in the strategy lifecycle. How do you go about prioritizing and investing in context of the strategy that's been defined? How do you then do your planning and resources in context of your priorities that you've selected, so that your ways of work keep that link intact from your strategy to your business outcome?
I actually like the ways of work phrasing, because it makes this framework quite practical, right? And it's making me think, based on the ways of work and the actual framework, what are some of the early signs that strategy execution is actually off track?
So I like to not just look at the metrics and the outcomes that we are achieving, because you could be doing well in your project execution because your project discipline is intact, or you could be doing well in your project execution just because circumstances are working in your favor. The way that you know that what you're doing is repeatable and will keep that line of sight intact is by looking at the ways of work. And so what we often do is we run a maturity assessment where we say, at each step in this process of the strategy lifecycle, what does your process look like? What technology and tools are you using? How are you leveraging data analytics and AI? How do you ensure the right governance and integrity of what you're doing, etc.? And so it comes down to an assessment again of the ways of work at each step.
Yeah, that makes absolute sense, Tharina, and thanks for sharing. So when I think about my experience with clients that I've worked with based on this framework, is the fact that they keep on repeatedly saying that the framework creates clarity and structure, which I have seen myself. They've mentioned that it gives them confidence that their investment is actually playing out, or it's paying off, where they can see how the strategy is being executed, they're reaping the benefits of that strategy. And when I look at the framework itself, when I look at prioritization specifically, clients have mentioned that it has enabled them to actually choose what matters the most first. Then when it comes to planning and resourcing, do they actually have the right teams and the people to execute on the strategy? Then lastly, from a benefits tracking perspective, are those people and the strategy that has been prioritized actually delivering the results? And are they able to see the tangible and non-tangible benefits? And I think another piece is just how this actually is also relevant in my personal life. I've seen that when I set up my own goals, I'm able to prioritize, I need to plan, I need to track progress to see how I'm doing in meeting those goals of mine. So for me, it's more than just a business framework. It's a way of work that actually applies anywhere to anybody and can be used at any point in time.
That's really insightful. I love that. It's always great to have these conversations, because there's always a nugget that we can take from each other.
Yes. And I think for anybody that's wanting to hear more, continue the conversation with us, you can feel free to reach out to Tharina and I, and we'll be more than willing to chat to you.